Milsurp Garage. All right, tested out the Stevens 520-30 at the trap range today after our work. First of all, look at those primer hits. Nice. Used Peter's papers. I figured it would be at home with that. Being that it's so old, it would love the Peter's papers. They performed well. And this thing was freaking awesome. It definitely held on to the bolt. Definitely felt really good coming up to the shoulder. Nothing was rattling. Nothing felt broken, loose. Trigger felt good, real snappy. And no problem loading it, cycling it. Everything about it was good. And listen, I don't want you guys mad at me thinking like, like I ruined a trap gun or something like that, because I ruined a trench gun, because whether this thing's real or not, whatever its history is, its history didn't go anywhere. I have every single part. You saw the way it came apart. This whole front end could all just go right back to exactly the way it was. The that whole trench gun front end is all sitting nice, wrapped up in a nice leather case. You would be proud. This way, I can get out here and use this thing, because let me tell you, if you could ask this receiver if it wants to just sit in a gun case because it's a potential trench gun or riot gun, and be like the historical thing that it is and just sit there, or do you want to get out there and actually be used? I guarantee you it would want to get out there and be used. And the only way you'd know is if somebody saw this and was like, who the hell butchered that and put a sling swivel on like that? I'd be like, it was my uncle. My Uncle Sam. My Uncle Sam did that. Yep. So that was the 520-30. As far as the JC Higgins, check this out. So I got the JC Higgins out as well for another round, 16 gauge trap round. And something interesting I came across when cleaning it after the trap range. We were talking about that the potential breakage to the receiver and how that piece could have potentially been weak. Go check out the video if you haven't seen it. But I took this shot this is from the rear of looking over the buttstock down through the receiver. And look at how the two extractor grooves. You see that, right? It's those extractor grooves. That's what did it in. You can imagine now if that bolt has to be just a little bit wider and those extractor grooves are dug in just a little bit more, just a teeny bit more. How compromised is that piece on the right? Interesting. I thought that was interesting just as I'm cleaning it. I'm looking at it. I'm like, I'm looking at it from the outside. But look how I thought maybe the safety mechanism was routed into the metal, and it wasn't. So I thought, oh, that's it. It's just a piece of, it's just a big chunk behind the bolt to act as the locking lug. But it was routed. It was routed on the other side for the extractor. And that might be why originally, before Sears got involved, that thing was only made in 20 gauge and in 16 gauge and 20 gauge. Anyway, so fun at the trap range today. Had a lot of fun. Everything worked really well and was successful, so that makes me happy. And that's it. Y'all take care.